Obviously, very disappointing loss. I think we had a lot of momentum going into that game, and I thought we started off really well. I thought we started off, take the ball, go right down the field, we score, we stop them, we get the big punt return, we get that call back. I thought that was a huge play in the game, and I think the biggest takeaway from that Saturday is obviously don't waste a mistake. Like, I thought we handled adversity just okay in that game. I thought the effort was there. I thought the physicality was there. I mean, we were knocking people out. I mean, it was we did some really good things at times. Just weren't consistent enough throughout the game. And you never want to blame the weather. Like, come on, now, this is weather. You can't control the weather. But, it was just a little – I don't think we handled that great, our mental toughness as far as that goes. So that's something that, we got to learn from. And, good thing is that we get to go back on the road again and face a really good opponent. And they're trying to get bowl eligible. And our backs are kind of against the wall a little bit. And so I thought we had a good practice today. I thought we started off a little slow. Towards the end, it got going. And so we got to just make sure that we're controlling what we can control and come out here every day with a great attitude, which they have been doing all year, and continuing to fight and go 1-0 each week.
Even with the adversity that you were just mapping out, the weather and every other thing that was surrounding that game, they still got close.
Other surrounding things,
yeah. We'll keep you. We won't get you in trouble.
No.
Don't worry.
I like that.
But and they still were able to get close towards the end.
Yeah.
Get those 2 touchdowns with Malik Hornsby. What does that say about your team?
Yeah, this team is tough, man. They're tough. You can see every Saturday they come out there and they're going to be the more physical team every Saturday. I think maybe UTSA maybe, but we were still pretty physical in that game as well. So these guys fight their butts off, man. They care about each other. We got to continue that trend and play for each other. That's what I told the guy. That's the message this week is play for these seniors, and let's get some momentum going and get back in that win column.
No Joey Hobert. How much does that affect your offense? And what's the update on him going forward?
Yeah, I mean it affected us big time. He's one of the best receivers in the country, and anytime you have one of your guys like that not playing, it's tough. It changes some things up, and looks like he's going to be available this week. Still working through some things, but. Joey's a tremendous player, and I think we'll get Bray back this week as well. Another, I think all-conference offensive lineman, getting him back will be big. He definitely, we're different with him up there. So we'll continue to monitor those guys' health, but I'm pretty optimistic that they'll be able to play.
Nash Jones as well, getting him back in there. How big is that just for the unit, for the offense in general? How big is it to have him out there?
Yeah, it's big. He's obviously all-conference top player. Obviously, he's missed most of the season, but getting him back, the leader of the team, and shoot, he looked, minus maybe a handful of plays. I mean, the guy looked like he was back to his old self.
Having Malik Hornsby take over in the second half, just looking over the game film, not that you had a chance to look at, how did he perform to you, just looking over the film?
I thought he did okay. I mean, that's tough. You're talking about, once again, sitting on the bench all year and then coming out there in a big-time game to start the second half, and I thought he was pretty slow in the third quarter, and I thought he picked it up in the fourth quarter. He still has a lot of things he's got to work on. Really just needed I thought going into that game we were going to be able to really run the ball really well, and with the weather and Joey out, the second half, I thought our defense played pretty well at times the first half. I thought we could come out there, really run the ball on these guys, get a couple stops on defense, and then get right back into that thing. And it didn't work out that way, but, just to reiterate, TJ's the guy. He's done tremendous all year, and TJ didn't really do anything wrong in that game. It was just one of those deals where you see it as a head coach, you kind of see where things are going, and felt like it was the right move to make to throw Malik in there and try to get that run game going. And it worked a little bit in the fourth quarter. I thought we did get it going. Just that third quarter, in a big game like that, you can't go to sleep in the third quarter like that.
You mentioned TJ Finley took a couple of shots in that. Is he still doing all right and all that stuff?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he took a couple shots, but that's part of playing quarterback, and he's good.
Facing against Arkansas State, obviously focusing on the offense, Jaylen Raynor, the freshman quarterback, has kind of rejuvenated this Arkansas State team. Just what is it about that offense that makes him so special?
Yeah, he's really good. I think he can run the ball a little bit, but he's a passer. He's a true passer, and he kind of hurts you with your arms and kills you with his legs type deal. I mean, he's made some huge runs on the season for him, but he's a true passer and a true quarterback, and they do a good job playing to his strengths. I think he has great down the field touch and accuracy, and he's efficient in the quick game, and he's obviously the RPO game he's really good at and makes good decisions, and kind of gets him out of trouble at times with his legs. So they like to, in the red zone, they like to use his legs, and he's a good player. He really is. He's a tremendous player, and they've definitely changed really their whole outlook of their season probably when he got in there and started playing well. So credit to the staff and to him for playing that well.
And just Arkansas State on defense, just what are you going to be expecting the Red Wolves to throw at y'all?
Yeah, we'll see. We always get a little bit different look, so we'll kind of see what they come out and play. I know they got some talented players, and they're going to challenge us. And once again, for us, we got to be able to run the ball. That's what it comes down to. We got to be able to run the ball.
After kind of that slow start in that first half against Coastal Carolina, how does this offense kind of pick back up against Arkansas State?
I think you just got to go back to work and go back to the details and playing to the strengths of everyone out there. And I thought we're off to a good start for Tuesday.
Going back to injuries,
yep.
What does a player like Torrey Spears bring to the team at practice games? What does he bring to the team that helps him out?
Yeah,
I know you guys are missing him.
I think just his leadership. He's still around and brings a great attitude every day. And he actually spoke to the team before the Georgia Southern game. Had him come over there, had the captain speak, and I thought that was impactful. And I'm really looking forward to getting him back. Obviously not this season, but as off season goes and getting him back and because he's a tremendous player, but I think his presence and his leadership is very important for us.
So it's a for sure eligibility that he's
yeah he'll be able to come back.
Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
There's a lot of coaching changes going on right now. Obviously, your name has been tossed around quite a bit in some of these jobs. Have you heard from any of them? Have you heard from Texas State about potential raise, extension, anything like that? What's going on with that situation?
Yeah, I'll give the trailer answer first on that, man. It's you think about like all the people that when coaching changes happen, you're thinking about the assistants' families, their kids. So that's always a tough situation. And for me, just to be perfectly honest with you, I'm concentrating on going 1-0. That's really the only I owe it to these kids and going out there and working my butt off and these players getting my full attention. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. I love Texas State. Obviously, this has been a magical year. So I'm all in and just trying to go 1-0 this week.
Have there been any talks about raising what you're making here or anything? Have you talked to the Texas State at all about that?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some, things going on with my agent and all that type of deal. But, for me, I can't, control all that right now. All I can control is trying to go 1-0. And that winning helps more than anything with those discussions.
Is it at least nice to hear your name in the mix when all these jobs come up and they're talking, hey, GJ Kinne, maybe him. Is that nice for you personally to hear?
I think it's just a credit, to the players that we got here, the coaching staff that we got here, and it really has. It's been a special year, and I think we need to finish the right way, and it's definitely been fun. There's been some ups and downs, but man, this is a special group, and I got to give my full effort to those guys right now.
With Arkansas State being led by Butch Jones, just what is your relationship, or if you have a relationship with Coach Jones up there?
I don't have a relationship with him, but I'll tell you one thing: I really respect the way his teams play. I think very similar to us. I mean, they're coming out there; they're going to be physical. He's done a great job recruiting in the high school ranks, especially in Texas. That's when I got the job here, I'm looking around and Arkansas State's, signing this kid from Texas. And that was one that we got to stop that, we got to keep these guys here. So he's done a great job recruiting and, really building his program through the high school ranks. And, obviously that's something that we want to do here. And obviously the first year you got to do what you got to do to have a season like we did. But you'll see the commitments we have, and that'll continue to grow and get these high school kids in here and really develop something. So really have a lot of respect for him. The way his team plays, and then also really his roster management and the type of players that he goes after, and very similar, I think, probably trains of thoughts that we both have.
Arkansas State, they're finding football eligibility, much like y'all were 2 weeks ago. How do you, prepare for a team that's probably going to have a little bit more juice, knowing that, it is Texas State. They have a lot of history with each other, but also they're finding football eligibility. Yeah,
it's going to be a challenge for sure. I think, going on the road is always a challenge in itself. These guys are going to be, ready to go and fired up, and so we have to make sure, one, we focus on ourselves and we get better this week of practice and make sure we're dialed in on everything, and then we got to go out there and execute, because momentum, there's going to be those shifts in momentum, and people are going to, the highs and lows of the game, but the execution is really what it comes down to.
And we saw Lincoln Pare post some videos, him working out again. I know he's at your coach's show last night. Obviously, probably not coming back this season, but how close is he to being back, and how in the mix has he been with this team as far as leadership role? Yeah,
Lincoln's been awesome, and, this is probably a special week for him. Obviously he can't play, but he's been awesome throughout the whole year, really since the moment. He got hurt, which obviously made us sick to our stomach, and then he's been an awesome teammate. He's been at every meeting, every practice, and dialed in, locked in, doing whatever he can do to help the quarterbacks catch the ball over on the sides, and talking to the running backs and really being a mentor in there. The guy could be like a running backs coach right now. He could. He's that smart and has that much football intelligence. I think because he plays Madden all day is what he said. Besides playing, doing his homework, he plays Madden all day is what he does. So he's a football junkie, and I really have a lot of respect for him, the way he's handled himself and the way he's handled this injury. So, I don't know exact timetable. I think he'll be back for spring ball in a limited role, and then probably full go for the summer is kind of what I think the timetable is.
So we'll see him in the spring, and you.
Yeah, we'll see both of us out there in the spring and getting him some running back work in. I'm sure he'll be like one of those special jerseys, one of those type deals. So.